Stencils are one of the most inexpensive craft tools that can be used in so many ways. So today I'm going to be sharing one of my favorite ways to use a stencil. And then once we make this sample, we'll also create a card together using the sample. So first, what I want to do is pull out my stencil and then pull out my die cutting machine. So I have the Platinum 6 by Spellbinders. And so for this machine, this is how you layer it up in order to use your stencil this way. And so we're going to use our stencil as like an embossing folder. We're going to emboss the stencil. Now, in order to do this with any of the machines, you'll need a rubber mat like this, and that helps it to give and put that impression into your paper. Now, I am using 110-pound, just basic, inexpensive cardstock for this. And then I'm just going to layer my stencil on top. And for today's stencil, I am using the new stencil that will be available in May. It's on pre-order right now, and then you'll receive it in May. And this is part of the new Crafty Crew Kit from Crafty Stamp Co. And it's a travel-themed kit, and so I really loved this stencil with the world and the airplane going around it, so I thought this would make a cute card today. And I will link below to this kit. Since it is a pre-order, you can pre-order this kit through April 15th. So be sure to check out that listing if you're interested in the supplies that I'm using today. Most of the products I'm using today will be from this kit to create the card. So once I run it through my machine, layer it up like this, you can see it's embossed the image into my background of my paper. And I really love how it does that. So since it is a stencil, we can do a little bit more with it. So I'm just going to pull my stencil back off of the mat, and I want to layer my stencil on top of the embossed image that we created. Typically, I just emboss into the background, use my stencil, and then I had this idea, why don't I put the stencil back on the embossing and let's color it in. So I'm bringing out some blue ink, and I know what color paper I want to use for this, so I'm trying to pick out a blue ink that will match the paper that I'm going to use. So it's so simple. All you have to do is just lay the stencil back over the embossing, and since it is embossed, it's going to line up perfectly with the embossing. And then I'm just going to come in with my ink, and I'm just going to ink the whole image this light blue. Now, you could mix up colors and add different colors in different parts of your stencil, but I just wanted this light blue background for my card today. And so it is so simple to ink it because you have the stencil here just to lay on top of it. So, with an embossing folder, you can ink them, it's just a little harder. And so with the stencil used as an embossing folder, it makes it so much easier to ink. Now I am just lightly coloring this in. I don't want the ink to be really dark because this is just a background piece for my card. Well, I've gone ahead and colored in and cut out some of these adorable little toads from the Toad Trip stamp set that comes in the kit. So this kit includes 2 stamp sets, a stencil, and a paper pad. So I'm not going to use the other stamp set today, but I am using the paper and this stamp set from the kit. Now this is a die cut that I have, and I just go through my stash and see what dies I have and add them to my kit. So this is just a die I had in my stash, so I thought it would be really cute to add with this kit today. Now if you wanted to create this card and you do not have like the picture reel, then you could create something similar by cutting a rectangle, and then if you had little square dies or little bitty rectangle dies, and then just cutting the 3 pieces out. So there's always a way to follow along with the tutorial and create your own if you don't have the exact same products that I have. So then on the back of my little film strip, I'm just adding a little bit of glue, and then I'm going to attach it to my 6x6 piece of paper. And I find that this is an easier way for me rather than cut the paper to fit the die cut. So I'm just going to do it this way today, and then I will cut this out. And I did go ahead and lay my little toads out so that I knew where they were going to go. So when I lay this over, hopefully they'll stay in place pretty well. And you can see they're wiggling quite a bit. So I'm just going to set those aside. I'm going to lay this film strip down. And I'm not pressing really hard. That way I can go ahead and slide my little toads back under there. I think it's so cute to have them leaning so that it looks like they're peeking out from behind there. Just different. It kind of mixes it up a bit rather than having them straight up and down. So I am just going to slide each one into their little place. And then once I have them like I like them, then I'm just going to go back in and add a little bit of glue behind each little toad so that it is pressed down. And then I'll press everything down tightly, the die cut as well as the toads, so that everything is stuck to the paper really well. And I love this cloud paper. It is from the paper pad that comes in the kit. So once I have everything pressed down like I like it, I'm going to bring out my paper trimmer and I'm going to carefully trim around the straight edges of this film strip. And I decided to just trim a little at a time until I get it exactly where it needs to be, because I don't want to cut into my die cut. And then I'll trim across the bottom, and then I'll trim across the top as well, but I'll come back with a pair of scissors and just trim out that little excess on the top and the bottom. So I have to do a little bit of fussy cutting, but that's no big deal. I find it easier to do this process versus cutting the paper ahead of time and trying to make it match exactly and line up exactly when I'm gluing. So I prefer to just glue it on a bigger piece and then trim everything down in the end. So now I'm bringing in some black cardstock and I'm adding some anti-static powder to it. And I did decide to pull my sentiment from the other stamp set. So the other stamp set that comes in the kit is called Chow Adventure. And so that one has a sentiment that says capture the memories. And I thought that went perfect with this film strip or this camera, what do you call those? You know, like the camera strip. Oh gosh, I can't think of the name now. But I thought that would be cute. And so I put it on black paper and then I'm adding some white embossing powder because I feel like my white ink is just not bright enough. And I also love the feel of adding embossing powder to this small little sentiments. If you saw my previous video where I did the unboxing and created a card, I did the same thing. And I really love the feel of that. So I decided to do it again for this card. And so I'm just going to heat that up. It'll only take a moment to heat it up since it is such a small sentiment. And you want to be really careful with small sentiments like this, that you don't overheat it. You don't want your embossing powder to run too much because you could distort your wording. And then once I have it embossed, I'll just cut it out into a little strip. And now we're ready to put our card together. But before I put my card together, I realized I feel like the background is too plain for this card. So I'm going to bring back out the ink that we used to stencil in the image. And then I'm just going to smush that ink onto my little stamping block. This is the one I use for splatters and for different inking things. If you don't have this, you could use parchment paper or you could use acetate, anything that you want to use to put your ink down on. And then I'm bringing in another piece of acetate and I'm just getting a little bit of that ink on the acetate, and then I'm just smushing it onto my card base. Now I did forget to say that I added some water, but I did add some water to it, and so that was what was in the spray bottle. And so then I'm just pressing it around. Now I do feel like I added a little bit too much water because this is a lot lighter than I wanted it to be. It's not showing up as well. So I'm going to clean my stamp block off, and I'm just going to add some more ink to it and less water this time. And I'm just going to add the ink back to the corners again. So with a little bit less ink, I do think that this looks a lot better. So sometimes, you know, if you see that you did add too much water, you can always go back and add a little bit more, especially with these inks. They can layer on top of each other. So I am just going to go around to each corner again, just adding more of the ink as I go. And this time I decided to use each corner of my acetate that matches up to the corner on my card. And I think that looked a lot better too. It kind of followed that corner. And so I'm just going to dry that with my heat tool and kind of flatten it all out and straighten it all out. And then I'm going to come back with a little bit more of this ink. And I'm just going to ink around the edges just a little bit, just to add a little bit more to this background. I am one that doesn't like a lot of white space, and I need to learn to just embrace the white space, but I feel like it needed a little bit more. And I think that this ink is light enough that it's not going to add too much to this card, but I think it's going to work out really good. So once I have everything inked like I like it, I'm just going to start layering up my card. And so I'm just going to add this little film strip to the front of the card, but I'm going to add it at a little angle. I think that it will look better rather than straight up and down. And then I'm just going to let it hang off of the edges, and I will come back and trim those pieces off once I have everything glued down. Now I did go ahead and stamp out some of the other images from the stamp set. This little plane and the little palm tree, I thought they were adorable. So I'm going to add those to the front of my card as well. And once again, I feel like it's easier to glue these pieces down and just trim the excess off versus trying to cut it to fit the card exactly how I want it and then gluing down, because for me, it's always a little off if I do something like that. So I felt like it was better just to do it this way. Now I am going to add this piece to a piece of black cardstock. So I did forget to give you the measurements. So the white background piece measures 4 by 5 1/4. The black piece measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I did that so that you could see the white card base as well, so that you have 3 different layers on the front. So then I just popped up the airplane and the palm tree, and then I'm just going to glue down my sentiment. And then I'll just add all of this to a white card base. And I really love how this turned out. I really think that this kit, even this card front here, instead of making it a card front, would have been really cute in a scrapbook. I think that this kit would work for scrapbooks. Well, if you're interested in the kit, I will link below. It's available for pre-order from now through April 15th. If you've enjoyed seeing me create this card, be sure to click on the video in the bottom left corner. That video, I do an unboxing of this kit, and then I create a cute little card with it as well. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.